Hi vlog. It is the day after Christmas and I know I haven't done a lot of filming over this Christmas break. It's December 26th, 2020 and today is like the last full day I'll ever have in my childhood home. So I'm gonna take some just b-roll footage of the house just so I have it to remember, because my parents are moving in 2.5, 3 weeks to Texas, and then I'll literally never be able to come back in this home, which is kind of crazy, but super exciting. Like, I'm more excited for their future than sad that this house won't be anymore. But I'm gonna go around and take some footage and maybe point some fun memories out. All right, this is the outside of the house, Moorpark, California. It's decorated for Christmas right now, which kind of love because that'll be a fun way to remember it. But here it is. We used to have real grass when I was a kid, and they changed it out for turf, which looks really nice. It used to be a different color when I was a little kid, but this color is much nicer, I'm not gonna lie. Their garage is full of stuff because they're moving. And then there's this big open patio. And then when I was a kid, there used to be like a swing that would sit there and we would swing on it on the patio. There used to be a big tree right here, but it got way too big. So they cut it down. But yeah, this is her second to last one on our street. That's the corner house. And this is our house. It's so cute. I lived here all my life from 0 to 18. And then always came back here when I had breaks. So this was the front door. And then this little desk has always been here. It's super cool. It opens and everything. Not gonna touch it because it's super old. But that's been there my whole life. And then we had this closet, which has good memories because the attic is up there. And we used to store all the Christmas stuff in the attic. So when Christmas time would come, my dad would be up there and hand it down, and we would take everything and pile it right below this window. We didn't have shutters when I was a kid, just had windows, but those are here. This bench has always been there, like my whole life. Same with these two little bears have always been there. This blanket has always been there. And that little table has always been there. And then this was the big living room that we never really hung out in. I think we played a lot in here when I was like really young, but never really hung out there. We put the tree there, we like switched it. It used to like live right here, then we switched it to over there. We always had a fireplace with our stockings over the fireplace. I never really remember hanging out in here. This was always like the pathway to other rooms. And I'll show you why we didn't hang out in here a lot, except for when we were young. But if you walk there, oh, and there's a upper room. When I was young, there used to be bars here, and then they turned it into a wall. So there's like just a room and a bathroom up there. And then if you walk straight in, you get to the kitchen. And this was our kitchen. We had a little island. One time we waxed my best friend Casey's armpits on this island. We always had a sink here with the little window over, which is so cute. And my mom would watch hummingbirds out this window. And yeah, this was so cute. I don't think there was always an island. I think my parents added this when I was young, but it's very cool. And there's more kitchen storage on this side. They always opted for no handles on their kitchenware. Interesting. Then over here is like the little under the thing cabbage, which always was like Harry Potter-esque of them to have. And then I don't remember what was, I think there was a green couch here before this, and then they got this couch a few years ago. And then they have this kitchen table. So they have a pretty like open concept-y kitchen. This table gets smaller. It's usually always smaller, at least that's how I remember it. And then my mom got that like china hutch when she inherited all her grandma's china. So that is where they put that. Before there was just nothing there, and this was like that. And then they had this really big window that always in the mornings, like the sun would beam in and get all warm. They used to have, what are they called? Birdhouses up there. So then we got that for her, as little birdhouses. And then this was an addition. This used to go out to the backyard, but then this became like the sports living room, TV room area, which is why we didn't hang out in that other room ever, because we had this room. So we watch all the Broncos games in here. Just almost all TV watching for my parents happened back here. And then when I was young, when this was outside, there used to be a hot tub. When they bought this house, there was a hot tub right here. And they had that until I was like in elementary school probably, and then they got rid of the hot tub. And then over here where this was, there was a like jungle gym-esque thing. They had that through elementary school. And then they also, after the hot tub was gone, they had a trampoline over here for a little bit. And then that was gone. I think we had a tetherball pool out here once. That was then once we got older, they're like, our kids aren't really playing on these things anymore. So they built this room for TV watching activities. And then when I lived here, I felt like we didn't have any outdoor furniture and stuff, but they've really been enjoying the outdoor life these last few years. They always had a grill. We always had a grill, but never like really a fire pit or anything. So that is probably in the last 10 years they got that. And we spend, now whenever we come, we spend almost all of our time hanging out here because just it's so pretty, and they added this nice shade. It's just wonderful. And this area on the side of the house, that's the garage, and you come out here. This has always been a garden. Used to have real grass. They have artificial grass now, but there's always been a garden on this side. And when I was young and lived here, there was this huge tree that lived right here, and it used to hit on that window a lot, and that's my parents' room. So they cut that down and kind of just left it with these few plants. Here, my mom has always grown tomatoes, always had tomato plants here. And then this area evolved a lot when we lived here. So after like all the kid jungle gym trampoline stuff ended, my mom really wanted first a real riverbed. So my dad dug this huge hole right here, and all along this way here, he dug a huge trench all that way and filled it with water and had like a water feature back here. And then they bought koi fish for it, and then the birds ate the koi fish, and they were like, okay, we're not going to do this anymore. So they filled it and then just made this into a planter, which it has really grown out. But yeah, there used to be a water feature. One time I like swam in it after he dug it, so I was like, oh my god, it's like we have a pool, even though you could just barely sit in it. And so yeah, they have artificial grass now, and these plants have always been here except for when the dry bed was there. And then we hardly ever come to this side. This is the only place where the dry bed kind of remains along this side, but then they put plants there, and now this plants. We really just play games on this side now, but when I was a kid, I feel like I literally never came over here. This was just the random side of the yard. Yeah, this is how big the extension is that they added. Very cool. Very cool. So yeah, that's the whole backyard. So I'll go to my room now and my bathroom. All right, so coming from the front door, if you took the left here instead of going into the kitchen, this is the hallway to all the rooms. My parents' room was always off to the left, and it was such a huge space. They've always had their room there, their bed here. These two things have been here my whole life. Then they have a walk-in closet over there, and then their bathroom right here, 2 sinks, and then like a separate shower toilet area, which we don't need to see, but this was their room. It always had really high ceilings. It always just felt so huge. They used to always have a chair right here, like 2 chairs. They're not here anymore, but there were always chairs here. And then if you go the hallway, there's bathroom here, which will show this room, but then this room was my childhood bedroom, which looked nothing like this, but this is where it was. My bed used to be along this wall right here, and I'd like pull out storage under my bed. My closet right here, it used to have doors, but now they just have this here, but there were sliding doors here, base here. And then I had my whatever desk I was using for school. My computer was always on this wall, and then this wall I had like the same, that I still have the same shelves, like dresser, it's called dresser right here, and then another shelving, like bookshelf almost kind of thing here. We don't have that anymore, but that was my room. Lived here 18 years in this room. And then this was my dad's office, which honestly, devastating that this is the footage of my dad's office I'm getting, because it was Bronco heaven in here. and it just got taken down before I could come witness it for one last time, but I'm hoping there are pictures that exist of it. But my dad has had this desk my whole life. It usually sat in this little cove here, but all right, vlog, it's the next day, but my cousin arrived yesterday when I was doing my dad's office, so back at it. This is my dad's office. Like I said, it used to be covered in Bronco stuff, but this is where it's at now. And then next to my dad's office, this room has been a multitude of things. Right now it's my mom's office. It's my old desk that they moved into here. She does her exercises in here, but when I was a kid, when we first got the house, this was my sister's room. And at one point we had like red bunk bed in here that we'd hang out. But as my sister got older, she didn't come by as much. Then it turned into my mom's office. She didn't come by as in she was staying with her mom and she played sports and then got a job. So she just didn't go back and forth from houses as much. But this is the other room. And then this was my bathroom going up. So I was the only one here. I got to have my own bathroom. And I loved it. It's butterflies and duckies. It's very sweet. But yeah, that is my childhood home. Crazy that this is literally the last time I'm ever going to be in it. So I just want to remember exactly what it was like. And we bought the house, actually there were like cabinets along this and they took them out, which is crazy. So now it's big and open there. We never ever hung really anything on these walls. It always pretty much looked like this. Bye, house. See you probably literally never again. Crazy.
Hold it for me.
It's gonna be real cold.
Oh, you can even just tell by standing in the sand right here. It's cold, man.
I know, I might not do it.
California.
Here's Aaron and Richard. Oh no, I'm chickening out.
That was my issue.
Alright, sushi making is happening. Looks good. Aaron's cutting. Which kind is that?
Spicy salmon.
Ooh. And we got shrimp, spicy salmon, the rice, lots of cucumbers.
You know what'd be interesting? You guys went to that place in Hawaii where you learned how to make your meat. They stood there and helped you. And
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to have a place like this that also brought you
Shrimp as well.
go there and then they would kind of just help you level up.
This was mine, and this is Jordan's. This is my mom's abstract cow. This is Aaron's work in progress. And then we have Richard's, he did the solar system. Very cool. And my Animal Crossing themed birthday. Alright, we've made snickerdoodle cookies, oatmeal peanut butter, chocolate chip cookies,
That's why it's bloody.
and we got a sugar cooker decorating party. Whee!
Oh, hi.
You made that, Aaron.
I did, yes.
That came out good.